The difference in somebody, and I don't want to, pigeonhole you or put you in a box here, but being a little
Dumb and Dumber, I was proud of. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. But is it harder to be a serious actor playing comedy or a comedic actor playing serious?
I think it's a tougher jump for the comedians to go serious, or the comic actors who that's their bread and butter to go serious, because we don't. It's almost like a battle. We don't buy it, And like Jim Carrey, or Seth in Jobs, who's great in the movie. But you remember what they did, the baggage that we all bring.
Well, Jonah Hill in Moneyball.
Jonah made the jump, and so but also it's the other flip is there are a lot of people who can do drama, but they can't do comedy. There's more of that. I mean, comedy, you also have to know where funny is. You have to have timing. It's right there, not a second later. And if you have that, know that, that you have it over the guys that don't have that. The drama guys who don't have that kind of timing or whatever. You can. It's harder to do comedy because you have a smaller target. You got to be funny.
When you get the script,
drama, you can get away. You can look off into the sunset and cue the violins. You have that. But comedy, if they're going to cue the violins, you better hit the joke at the end of it.
When you first got the script for Dumb and Dumber,
mm-hmm.
How deep into it did you say, all right? No way.
I was with a friend of mine, and I was trying to change the career up. I was, serious young actor, and it was okay, but it wasn't going great. And I said, I want to change it up. So I auditioned for that, and I'm reading the script, and I get to the tongue on the pole scene. And I go, okay. And a friend of mine was with me, and I said, let me ask you this. Is this funny? So I'm coming around on a snowmobile chair or whatever it is, snow lift, and I got my tongue, he goes, yeah, that's funny. I said, okay. Hang on a second. I'm on a toilet. Let me ask you something.
That funny?
Yeah. And he goes, yeah, that sounds funny. Yeah. So it was kind of like, well, if we're gonna, let's go big. And so I did. And now you're with Jim, who he starts big.
Yeah.
You think you're going
playing
big.
catch up.
Yeah, you're playing catch up from day one. So that was kind of the whole key and the wonderful part of doing the movie, the first and the second one, was because Lloyd leads. Jim's going to lead anyway. That's Jim's thing. He's off. And so Harry is just like a bobblehead. He's just reacting to whatever Lloyd is doing. And it was a wonderful way to kind of yin and yang it, with Jim. It was just, I loved it. Just loved it.
What was the movie you were in that the kids cringe? Your own family cringes?
Well, we don't screen them on a regular basis. They're kind of on the shelf on the DVDs for the kids when I'm dead. That's kind of the purpose.
But if they see it on TV? Or the one movie they'll stop and, Dad, you're on.
Oh, maybe Terms of Endearment, because I looked like I'm 12. So I got kids in their 20s and 30 now, and the terms will be on, and they go, Dad, Jesus, what happened?
I remember Bill Murray told me a story about Kingpin, and he brought his little boys with him. And he said that after the movie, he walked across the parking lot with them. They did not say a word the entire time. And he knows they're mortified with what they just saw in Kingpin. He said even to this day, even talking about it, it hurts me. But he said they did not say one word to him. They were so aghast. And he was so great in Kingpin, but they were so mortified of what their dad was in with Kingpin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you don't leave your kids speechless like that.
No, they're no. I remember when we premiered Dumb and Dumber. I have a theater company in Michigan, Purple Rose Theater Company. So we had the Fox Theater in Detroit, 5,000 seats. There aren't a lot of celebrities there, so I could fill a 5,000-seater in Detroit.
Did they have a red carpet then?
We threw.
Oh, you did. Just a red carpet.
We threw a rug down and
you had a red rug, is what you
hired
had.
a couple actors with microphones. It was almost like Hollywood. Anyway, so we get in 5,000 people, Dumb and Dumber, right? Nobody knows what's coming. And my dad is there with my mom and the relatives and the thing, row H, center section, their son, 5,000 people. And they get to the toilet scene. And I wasn't there. I was in the back hiding. But apparently my father just leaned over in the middle of all that toilet stuff and just leaned over with his head in his hands going, no, Jeffrey, no.
Jeffrey.
No, Jeffrey, no.
Before I say goodbye, your Lions are bad again.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if I said Michigan State could win the national title? You're a Michigan State fan?
Yeah, my kids went there.
Are you a Michigan fan?
I live near there.
Okay.
I went to Central.
I know.
I have no feeling about either one, really.
Oh, okay.
It's mostly pros. It's mostly Lions.
Okay,
for
Lions.
me.
Do they hurt you? Does it hurt when they lose? Or are you used to it?
We're past used to it. we're into, as my brother said, who is more of a Lions nut than I am. He still has a Joey Harrington jersey. He said,
wow.
He said, we've got it on the 10-yard line with 1:45 to go, and you know they're either going to throw an interception or you go down the list of things that could go wrong. And then he throws it to Calvin, and then a half yard out, he coughs it up, and then, a cornerback says, out to and the ref goes, I haven't read the rules, and goes, that's fine. And my brother said, well, I haven't seen us lose that way. That's interesting.
Oh, okay.
That's an interesting way to lose. A new and interesting way to lose. And then you just throw up your hands because, of course, Calvin rolls in the Chicago end zone, and now let's create a new rule.
Yep.
In Dallas, the playoff game and the flag, the interference, whatever, and we're just going, what, do you wait for us? I mean, that's how it feels. It's beyond a curse. It's beyond a curse.
I need you, before you go, to break the tie here. McLovin, would you play the correct pronunciation? Is it biopic or biopic?
Well, Aaron would be very proud of me to say that it's neither. That it's not a biopic or a biopic, though I have heard biopic.
Okay, biopic. McLovin, play this
Biopic.
Biopic. Play it again.
Is that what I said? Biopic?
Biopic.
There you go.
That's one dictionary's definition
That's
of it.
Oxford.
Others say biopic. I say biopic, like biography.
I've heard biopic.
Yeah, that's the actors feel like it's a biopic. I mean, Jeff and I are actors. Have you seen
One of us is trained.
Have you? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Have you seen any of my Sandler movies? And be honest, if you've seen them all. I mean, seriously, if you've seen them all,
I didn't know you were in.
you did not know that I've been in.
No.
I've been in so many movies. I'm not sure how many movies I've been in, Jeff.
Wow.
Yeah,
Like how many? If I were to look you up on IMDb
I'm surprised you didn't do a little homework before you came in.
or get the
I did homework
little
on you,
computer
Jeff.
voice to tell us.
I've been
20?
in 11,
Wow.
and about 12 minutes of actual movie time on camera.
Have you had to do a scene? Have you had to do a scene where you've had to weep openly?
I could do it.
Could you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I could cry right now.
There are some people, there are some actresses in particular who, give me a second, and it's 15 seconds later, and there's the single tear of the Indian on the side of the road. Yeah.
Well, when Meryl and I were doing something, and look,
Jesus.
she knows when you're faking it. I mean, it's called the clock. And I started, and I started crying.
I'm waiting.
And
I want to see actual saline. I want to see water on the cheek.
so
Bring it.
I said to her, I loved Kramer versus Kramer.
Keep going. Touch that deep, dark place. Go there.
It broke my damn heart. It did. It broke
you
my
go.
heart.
That's good.
Sophie's Choice.
That's really good.
Oh, my
wow.
God.
Still not seeing anything wet.
Oh,
though.
it's there. Oh, it's wet. Oh, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's terrific. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah,
Next.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
That's what I get. That's my life right there. You drop
Next.
that,
Next.
and they go, thanks so much. Come on, next.
Jeff Daniels plays John Scully, and Steve Jobs hits theaters this weekend. Great to see you.
Thank you
We'll
for
talk
having
the
me.
craft next time, okay?
Sure.
All
Sure.
right.